So I was able to extend this gutter. You'll notice the join marks. Cement that one up with the gutter cement. There's a lot of gutter cement on this new gutter, which isn't ideal, but it's free. I don't want to buy a whole new length of gutter, and it'll hopefully work. I say hopefully because since we put this up, it hasn't rained yet, and we're gonna wait until we get a good rain to see how this does. Again, the goal for this area is just to keep things dry in here for eventual pigs when this is a pig pen. If there's a little bit of drip, I'm okay with that. So I'll see how bad it is when we get the next rainstorm come through. If it's just a little drip, or ideally no drip at all, awesome. That's perfect. I'm happy with it. This was free gutter. It was just laying in my hayloft. I wanted to put it to use. I didn't want to throw it away. And I don't want to spend the money on a brand new length of gutter unless I have to. So again, we'll wait till the next rainstorm comes. If I need to buy a new length of gutter, then I got to do what I got to do. But right now we're going to see how the free version works. I loaded it up with gutter cement wherever you see a join mark here. The real issue is this one, which we'll see up here how this goes. So you saw us putting it up. This is vinyl gutter up there, and you'll notice that it doesn't have a downspout, and that's fine. All we want it to do is to just drip over up here to the lean-to. Once that water's on the lean-to, then it'll go down into this gutter. So it doesn't need a downspout. The problem, as you can probably guess where I'm going to point to next, is this join mark right there. That's where the original length of gutter joined. And yes, it's loaded up with cement, but look how janky the join is. We just didn't have a solution with the current materials we have to properly join that, other than just loading it up with gutter cement where that join is. Again, this is a question of function versus form. If that works, if there's just a minor drip from that, or no drip at all, ideally, and I don't care how it looks. This is a barn, this will be over a pig pen. But if it's just cascading and there's a big leak there, I need to go up there and fix it. Until we get the next rainstorm, which we've been rain-free now for a good week. Things have dried up pretty good. So until we get the next rainstorm, I'm just gonna have to wait and see how these gutters perform. It's not like the other side, which we were lucky to get a long free length of gutter for this side of the lean-to, which we have no problems at all with. Look at this. That goes right to our water collection system here, which this has been an incredible system on this side of the lean-to. The other side, the ugly side of the lean-to, we'll see how that gutter system works. I don't want to have to buy brand new gutter length if I don't need to. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun going up really high and doing work up there on those ladders on a super windy day. Today we are going to get beadboard panels for the attic room. I don't know if they'll have time today to actually install any up on the wall, but we're at least going to get them upstairs. I've measured and I know how many panels I need to get to cover that space up there. This whole space will require about 15 4x8 panels, which, I may need to get an extra one, or maybe I'll have one spare, but that should get me complete coverage of this room up here. And it sounds easy to talk about right now, but I'm sure I'll run into my issues once I start. I always do. So it'll be good to actually have them ready to go so I can start chipping away at that job up there. And ideally, and I don't know if I've said this before, but that's Holly's office. Ideally have her up in her office at some point in May. So far, we've had a couple days up in the 80s, and so far the attic has been nice and cool up there, which is exactly what we wanted and goes against our experience. Like whenever it's gotten to the 80s without that foam, prior to that foam up in that room, it was boiling up there. So the foam is working. The foam is doing its job in the attic. It's good to have basically we got extra square footage in our house. We got an extra room that we can actually use now, which is huge. It's incredible. We're really excited about it. So time to get the panels up. Dad and I are going to go pick up the panels from Lowe's, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. Maybe some white finishing nails, some liquid nails to put on. And I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to get a panel holder, a drywall panel holder, so I can put those things up on my own instead of having Dad come by every single time and help me hold the panels up. I'll think about it. I'll figure that out when I get there. But right now, let's get the panels and get them up there. So this is going to be my kind of workshop here on our front porch for the next few weeks while I get this room finished. I was initially going to take these boards upstairs and maybe do the cutting up there, but it's so closed in. I mean, I'd open the window, but sawdust would get everywhere. There's not a lot of room. It just makes more sense to have them down here. Once I'm done with the board, I can bring it in, ship it upstairs. It'll be a lot easier. So I think I don't know, Henry. I think this will be a good spot to cut my wood. What do you think? Henry thinks so. I think this will be a good spot. Get working. Hopefully here in the next couple of days, maybe the next Work With Me Wednesday, I'll be working on this stuff. Our 6 breast chicks are doing wonderfully. All 6 of them are doing good. They're eating their food like crazy. They're pooping a ton. They're very active. I'm happy with them. And now we've got 12 layer eggs in the incubator. So we're just going to be a chicken machine over the next few months. I'm just going to hatch out a ton of eggs from our own chickens. It's kind of cool because, you know, we've hatched out eggs on the Yosted many times, but they were never our own eggs. These 6 chicks are the very first chickens that we've hatched from our own chickens raised here on the Yosted. So, you know, as many years as we've been here, all the eggs that we've hatched out have been from either the Kramer Life or from Two Turtles Homestead. These are the first guys that come exclusively from us, so it's kind of cool to see them. But anyway, lots more on the way. Well, that's all we got today, guys. Lots going on, lots to keep us busy. May or may not do a Work With Me Wednesday this coming Wednesday, but if not, we'll see you the next week anyways. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Easter, and until we see you again next time, remember, as always, slowly, slowly.